The round of 8 is complete. 4 players remain in the tournament. Today we'll determine the 5th player to qualify for the season finals in Korea and crown the WCS America champion. Coming to you live from New York City, the season 1 finals conclude right now.
Charging into the main base, he wants to win this once and for all. If Snoot can take this hatchery, that would be huge.
Oh, the Temple and Hydra, he can feedback 1, 2, 3, pop already.
The Hive is vulnerable. Vipers in production here from Scarlet, but all the meters getting shredded away by the Phoenixes, which leaves nothing left to deal with the Voyager Marines' bodies and guns flying absolutely everywhere. But Alive just has so many units, and again, he has that +3 weapons upgraded. WCS America begins right now.
And what a great day to play some StarCraft, Kev. We are live from New York City once again to wrap up WCS America Season 1's finals. We had a bunch of great games played yesterday as we started in the round of 8, making our way down to the final 4. Why you give me these funny looks?
Nothing.
You give me these looks.
I'm excited, man.
I don't know, man.
I'm already excited. Go ahead, man.
I'm super stoked, man, because there are 4 players that have already qualified to take the trip to Korea for the Season 1 Grand Final. We will be naming a 5th today. It will either be Snoot or Alicia. These are some of the results from yesterday's play. Hero taking out Alicia early on. He's going to play against Ryung later today. Ryung, of course, knocked off Moonglade. Alive looked very, very decisive against Crank, and Revival managing to take out Snute. The guys that lost yesterday did go down to play in our consolation matches, and of those, it's Snoot and Alicia who are still alive. They're going to be our first match of the day today, and
it's a really important one, Ben. Not are they just fighting for the ticket to Korea. If you qualify to the Season 1 WCS Finals, or Grand Finals, I like to refer to it, even though I think I made the Grand part up, because I don't really see it anywhere, but it has to sort of be the Grand Finals, no?
It's a grand event. It's
if you just call it the Season 1 Finals, it feels like, well, how big is it? But if you say it's the Grand Finals, then it's huge. And of course, if you qualify to that tournament, you get a guaranteed $5,000, and if you win that tournament, you get $40,000. There's so much money up for grabs.
Tons of cash up for grabs. Perhaps more important than that, all the WCS points that are up for grabs. These guys are earning points every season, every step of the way, and it's all going. Ultimately, it's all going to culminate in a true grand final at BlizzCon at the end of the year. So all these points are going towards something.
And of course, there is that chance to play against guys like Sulky, Innovation, and AWS on the biggest stage you could possibly wish for.
It might be a privilege, it might be a curse. But
I don't know, Snoot was hella excited. I was talking a little bit with the guys before this, and Snoot, yesterday he looked really good in his EVPs, man. And he's feeling so calm as well, feels really quite confident. He was a little bit nervous because he realized how much there was on the line. And he's like, it would be really, really cool if I could make it to Korea. I was like, well, Jens, stay cool. And he looked good. He looked ready.
He looked very smooth, calm, and collected. Like we said, guys, Snoot will be one of our first players of the day. It's Snoot versus Alicia to kick things off, followed by Ryung versus Hero, and then Revival versus Alive. After that, of course, we are going to see the final matches of the day. Kev and I will be kicking it off. Axel Toss and Axlav, of course, jumping in as soon as we're done. It's going to be a blast, and I want to remind everybody, please come out to the Barcraft at Legends. Kevin and me will be watching the finals live from the floor of the Barcraft. First round's on Roddy.
First round's on Roddy. Got my word for it. It's going to be lots of fun. So everyone in the New York area, ain't that right, man?
Everybody in the United States of America area, come on out for some Barcraft and some StarCraft.
Even if you live in Buffalo, because just a couple of days ago, Ben thought it would be a great idea to take a taxi ride from New York to Buffalo.
I still think it's a good idea. We got time tomorrow. Axel Toss is on the floor right now with Snoot and Alicia. Let's hear what these guys have to say about the games we're about to check out.
Thanks a lot, Ben and Kevin. I'm here with our first 2 individuals for the first match of today. Of course, best of 5 to determine who's going to get that last spot at the Global Finals in Korea. I got Snoot, I got Alicia, and I'm going to ask them some questions, starting with you, Snoot. Now, you 3-0'd Crank yesterday. It didn't seem too much of an issue. Do you see that trend changing at all today?
I think this match might be a little bit more difficult, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Time will tell.
And you are also the last non-Korean in WCS America. Does this add any pressure on you in this match coming up?
No, not really.
Now, what would a trip to Korea to play in the global finals? What would that mean to you?
It would mean a lot, but the more I think about it, I get kind of nervous. So I'm just going to focus on this match and then think about it later.
Okay, that's a great mentality. Best of luck to you. Now, Alicia, you had a little bit of tough time against Moonglade yesterday. So, how do you feel coming into this match against Snoot, and how familiar are you with his playstyle?
어저께 몽글레이드 선수한테 많이 고전을 했는데 오늘 경기가 어떤 상향으로 갈 것 같고 또 스누트 선수에 대해 잘 알고 계시는지.
일단 게임을 해봤잖아요 16강에서. 그래서 컨디션은 괜찮은 것 같은데 역시나 해봐야 알 것 같고요. 어제는 조금 뭔가 게임이 잘 안 풀린 것 같아서 그랬던 것 같아요.
I played against Snoot at around 16, but today my condition is pretty good. Yesterday my condition was didn't work out well, so we'll have to see today.
Now, your teammate Ryung has already qualified for the global final in Korea. How much would it mean to you to join him on the world stage at the season world finals?
김동원 선수는 이미 이제 시즌 파이널에 진출을 했는데 양준희 선수가 이제 같이 팀원인데 진출하는 거는 본인에게 얼마나 큰 의미가 있나요?
저도 일단 꼭 진출하고 싶고요. 블리즈컨도 어떻게 보면은 이제 가능성이 있는 거라서 일단 선수한테 대회 그 기회가 많다는 거는 되게 중요하다고 생각해서 꼭 올라가고 싶어요.
Yes, I really want to make to the season final, and it's really important for the players to participate a lot of tournaments. And if I can make it to the season final, that means I can earn more WCS points. So it's really important for the players to actually win and participate more tournaments.
All right, well, best of luck to you. Before we get started with this match, I'd like to ask, do you have any words for your opponent Snoot before this match begins?
스누트 선수에게 한마디.
Good luck.
And you?
Yeah, good luck.
All right, Kevin and Ben are set up for an awesome best of 5. Take it away.
Snoot and Alicia pulling no punches there with the smack talk.
They were nice.
I know. That's what I was saying.
Why? If you pull no punches, then most of the time you... What? Am I not getting it? What am I missing
It's
over
okay.
here?
It's okay, Kev.
It's okay, one day I'll get it.
One day, okay.
But they did say, of course, man, it's something worth mentioning. These two guys were actually in the same group in the round of 16 with each other. And that was a really tough group because it also had the creator of the universe, Nesty.
That's right.
And Sen, the man who normally always takes 4th place. Like, Sen was already booked for Korea. Blizzard is like, alright, so he's going to take 4th place in WCS North America. Then he's going to take 4th place at the Grand Finals as well. But actually, no, he didn't. It was really, I think, at least surprising for a lot of people to see Snoot and Alicia advance in a group with Snoot, Alicia, Nesty, and Sen. That was a tough group.
Very tough group indeed, and after all of it, here they finally come to meet again to determine once and for all who the final seed from America will be. Heading over to Korea. Our first map is going to be Belshir Vestige. We saw Snoot play a great ZVP on this map yesterday.
And even this morning. We had the privilege of, look at, I really love this introduction by the way of Snoot. He has no idea what he should do. He's like,
I'm gonna put my hands across my arms.
Yeah, got it.
That's it.
Feeling comfortable now.
All right, the players are ready. I think I'm just going to fire this bad boy up as Snoot versus Alicia. Game number 1 is about to be underway. I am so excited.
Me too, man. There is so much on the line. One of these two guys is going to join the likes of Sulky, Innovation, SOS, Lucira.
Yeah, perhaps an unlikely name on that list, Lucira. Nobody really, I certainly wouldn't have pegged him to go through, but he's performing very well.
And of course, Simbo as well. Some other Koreans from Europe, MVP, 4GG, and then guys like Stefano, Dimaga, and with TLO, of course, as well. And then, of course, all the guys who qualified over here yesterday. Hero, Alive, Ryung, and Reviver. I think I've got them all, man.
It's going to be a spectacular tournament, Kev. I cannot wait to tune in to the season grand finals. How about we call it that? It's not the grand finals. It's not the season finals. It's the season grand finals.
Oh, it's a season 1 final, officially. I like to call it. Maybe like we can actually just rename it to the season 1 grand finals. Do you think Blizzard will mind?
It's done.
Blizzard is sitting there right now. Good idea.
Okay. Let's talk about the game. We've got spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Belshir Vestige, the Red Zerg player, Liquid Snoot. Looking very ominous there in the camera shot. 60% win rate against Protoss, and he showed us exactly why yesterday.
He looked
very
good
strong
yesterday. He looked really good.
Snoot's opponent up in the top left, the blue Protoss player representing Team Axiom. It is Alicia.
Now, of course, man, the good thing for Snoot was the fact that Alicia was indeed in that group with those 3 Zerg players. Yes, Snoot was one of them, but of course Snoot could also get some additional information from Alicia out of it, because hey, playing against Sen and SC, that's not something you normally bring out your B strategies for. You're gonna go all out, you're gonna try to win those games, and certainly because it was everything or nothing for Alicia on that point. After Snoot won the winner bracket, because Snoot won that group, Snoot was victorious 2-1. So Snoot has a little bit more information. And I think above all, Snoot is just a really good read on this matchup right now. One of the best things always for us as casters to come to events like this is that we can actually sit behind guys and watch them play first person, which you can just in general learn a lot more from. And this morning Snoot was warming up a little bit, we were sitting behind him. Blizzard knew what he was looking for. The matchmaking system was like, so you're preparing for a Protoss match? He got like 3 ZVPs on a row. And just the way that he's so comfortable talking through the matchup and the way that he makes the decisions, it just all makes sense. It's almost like he's playing without fog of war, because that's how good he understands the matchup
Absolutely.
right now.
I was trying to convince him to bust out my favorite Mutanitis style. He tried it, didn't work for him. He said that he thought I was terrible and is going to continue doing what he does best. So we are seeing a gateway opening here from Alicia. Now, we talked about this some yesterday, about how it can throw off Zerg players because the timings are oh so different, but Snoot had really no issues dealing with it in his games against Crank.
No, he didn't, but I still think in general Snoot feels more comfortable going up against the good old Forge Fast Expand. That just gives Zergs a little more freedom and a little less to worry about. But yes, Snoot is also a player who doesn't really play all that greedy. We spoke about that this morning with him as well. He likes to get those 6-7 roaches out around, well, what is it, 52 drones? Because he just said there's absolutely no reason for me not to get them. If I don't know what I'm facing, I might as well get those 6 roaches. As long as I have my 5th and 6th gas already, I am fine, and that doesn't really cost me all that much. And you pointed out very well, Ben, there's no phase in the game where Zerg would ever not want 6 roaches.
I can't think of a single instance in all my games of StarCraft where if somebody had been like, hey, would you like 6 roaches right now? that I would say no.
Man, if I was Protoss and someone would offer me 6 roaches, I'd take them too. I'd upgrade Blink on them as well. Imagine you could Blink and Burrow. Oh my god. Wow.
It's like the burrow charge ability that the Ultralisk had.
That would be amazing. We see 2 additional gateways going down in the natural from Alicia. So he's going to open up with 3 gates. I'm curious to see if he's going to open up with a little bit of aggression. But once more, Snoot, of course, when he plays against this, he doesn't like to go for 3 hatcheries before gas. That's just... it is not something that's absolutely impossible to pull off, but it's so risky to defend against stuff like this with slow links. You just see so much less.
Yeah, if a couple of Zealots come across with a Stalker, it's a huge headache to deal with. Zergs have learned that you've got to get that speed upgrade. Snoot being a little careless with those Zerglings, tries to run past, but...
Yeah, I don't really mind that too much, man. I don't think necessarily he tried to run past, but I think what you often see is that Protoss players love to build the Stargates oh so close to those gateways, and certainly when there is no cannon there, the Zerglings stay alive a little bit longer. I think what Snoot wanted to do is just see if there was a Stargate going up nearby those gates.
That's where Crank had hidden his Stargate yesterday, on this exact same map, is that right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. In this case, we do see a Stargate going up for Alicia, but it's in the back of the main. Snoot's not going to see it right away, but he is trying to scout. We see an Overlord moving over the natural. We see an Overlord moving into the back of the main.
Good scouting over here by Snoot as well.
Excellent.
Spots his little Ling. Might not seem like a big deal, guys, but if a couple of Phoenixes start to harass, Snoot will most likely just make drones. Then if suddenly 6 Zealots run into his third base, that could be extremely annoying because he shouldn't have the amount of units to deal with that. But right now he doesn't have to worry about that. Even if there will be a couple of Zealots, they're going to have to run across the map, and that will take a very long time.
There are a couple of Zealots, Kev, warped in on this pylon outside of Snoot's third base, so he's going to have to be mindful of that. We'll probably see 3 more warped in before they attack. Zerglings are going to try to attack the front. Sentry's doing a good job of force-fitting pylons and closing those gaps so that they can't break through.
Snoot has a pretty good idea of what's going on there. That Overlord did scout the Phoenixes in the main base, as you pointed out. He hasn't seen those Zealots yet, but I don't think 3 Zealots is going to be enough to cancel this base. He's going to need 3 more, but Alicia didn't wait for 3 additional Zealots because he was forced to warp in those sentries at home, so that counterattack by Snoot was definitely useful.
Yep, drones are going to be forced to fight a little bit, but actually no drones killed just yet. Alicia will finally focus fire and get at least one of them. Here come those Zerglings. Queen is probably going to die here, Kev, and that means that the Mothership Core is going to be able to hang around and be annoying for a while longer. Snoot will bring down another Queen, actually managing to save the Queen at the third base.
That's very good, actually. He doesn't have to worry about that. He did produce another additional Queen already, but right now his injects 1 slack. This Mothership Core sure is annoying, but wasn't all that bad for Snoot.
So as it's all said and done, Snoot lost a grand total of 2 drones.
Wow.
To that,
Seriously?
To that harass. That is very impressive. Excellent play there from Snoot, keeping everything alive. Hasn't spotted that pylon though, so that's a little bit. That'll be a little bit of a nuisance for him. Lings will run past, see the Void Ray, confirm exactly what he's up against.
Ooh, he didn't see the Nexus yet, right now. He saw the units moving out, but he didn't actually see that this Nexus is going down yet. I wonder if what he would do if he saw it was going down. Do you think he would still be able to cancel it? It would be rough, no?
I don't think so. Not with sentries there, with energy, not with zealots there, not with a Void Ray or 2 there.
After spotting that Void Ray, Ben, he's immediately like, alright, this is going to be one of those Void Ray games. Well, I'm going to go up to 4 bases immediately. And now we have that kind of ironic moment where the hatchery is going up right next to the pylon that he did not scout yet.
Which could certainly be a problem if Alicia's able to warp in a few units on it. Snoot doesn't have vision of that pylon even still. We did see a large swell of Zerglings, Kev, so I think he's going to try to commit to breaking that 3rd base.
It's going to be very rough. We have 37 Zerglings on the map right now. There are only 3 sentries, but with 3 more sentries and 1 or 2 cannons, and those cannons are already... No, actually, I thought those are being warped in, but those are additional pylons.
No, he's just making pylons right now. In fact, I think he's only now finishing his 1st forge.
He might be able to... get a pylon in the cannon in a very sweet spot, but I think he should still be fine. He has a zealot on hold position, I hope. Yes, he does. He's not me. I never have my zealots on hold position, but
yeah, well done by Alicia. Takes 0 damage there. Snoot unable to come up with anything.
Alicia did scout that 4th base right now on the left side of the map, like our dedicated observer, a giant Smurf show. He's following the footsteps of Adebisi. Big shoes to fill.
Indeed they are,
but he's doing a good job.
He has done an excellent job thus far. And with that drone building the extractor, I think Snoot, yes, he does spot that pylon. And if you were watching closely, you saw the clicks as he was sending his Zerglings over to deal with it. So he's not going to have to worry about any warp ins at the moment.
So what do you think we're going to see out of Snoot, Ben? He's dropping a Spire right now. It's just going to be a Corrupted Queen, as we know he loves to deal with Void Rays. Or do you think we're going to see perhaps later on some Hydralisk as well? I don't think so, no?
You know, I really don't know. The way he's getting the Zergling upgrade just makes me feel like he might want to play Muta. But it's still hard to say at this point. Snoot does have his own style, and that's something I've always liked in this play. Zergling counterattack here at the natural, as the Void Rays, Zealots, and Sentries will close in on this 4th base. This expansion is dead, but I think Alicia might be in a little bit of trouble as well, as there is a lot of Lings bearing down on his natural.
I think after that Zealot, they should be able to stream through. Yes, they are. That's actually really good for Snoot right now. I think he's going to have to use Recall.
Is the Mothership Core with that army? I'm not sure right now. There are Lings in the main, there are Lings in the natural. All the probes being pulled down to the natural where they can fight in range of that cannon, and no recall yet. Army of Alicia is still alive outside the 3rd expansion of Snoot. I think Snoot's in some trouble.
Snoot is in a little bit of trouble. He's on 116 supply. He actually removed the Lings that he had in the main base. Yes, all the probes were being pulled away, but still, I felt it would have taken quite a while before those Voiders would be able to clean it up. We have a couple of Spore Crawlers over here, though, but there is just barely any anti-air for Snoot.
Nowhere near the amount of anti-air that he needs. The Zealots might be dealt with by the Roaches and the Zerglings, but there's not a good answer to the Void Rays. Queens are coming down. A lot of Spore Crawlers, though, Kev, and with Transfusion and Queens, Snoot is going to turn this back. He's got a lot of gas, a lot of minerals, and there it is, the Muta switch, 10 Mutalisks on the way.
Well, Ben, you know what Naniwa said once upon a time.
I know what Naniwa said, Kev, but Alicia has 3 Stargates.
But what did Naniwa say?
He said, if I was a Mutalisk, I would like to meet a Void Ray, a match made in heaven. But as soon as Alicia sees this, he's going to be able to Chrono Boost triple Phoenix. I don't see this working for Snoot.
Is he making the Phoenixes? No,
he's not yet. He still doesn't know.
We have 1 Phoenix on the map. Now he's going to need more than just that. He's going to need a crazy amount of Mutalisks to actually just fly in. But look at how well prepared Alicia is as well. Take a look at his 3rd base, for instance. He has all those cannons over there. Well, actually, there's 1 Phoenix. You just spot that 1 Mutalisk. So right now, Phoenixes will be in production. And I think you were right. It's going to be the Phoenix count is going to climb oh so quick with 3 Stargates.
This brings back horrible memories of the game I played against White Ra. I was like, I'm going to trick him with a Muta switch, and he was on like quadruple Stargate. Oh no. Here comes Snoot's Mutas into the natural of Alicia, and Zergling's coming behind it as well. The Mutas open the door, and this changes everything. That cannon will go down, and yes, Phoenixes are going to pop out, but Phoenixes can't do anything about these Zerglings.
And look at those Phoenixes, man. He's actually taking a lot of damage on 1 Phoenix already. Perhaps that Phoenix will fall. These are all the Phoenixes that are on the map right now. Wow, this is actually quite bad for Alicia.
Alicia not microing. He's looking elsewhere. Zergling's in the main base doing a lot of damage as well. A cannon, a second cannon warping in at the same time. So if these Mutas can clean up the cannons, then nope, not going to happen. Too many Phoenixes popping out.
But still only 47 probes right now, Ben. Perhaps Snoot can drop a Hydra. Okay, he's actually going into Infestors already. I like this.
Switching immediately into Infestor. Now, I like it, but at the same time, if you miss those fungals, you're going to have a very bad day. Void Ray's
10
closing in on the
queens.
natural.
But we have 10 queens.
Oh, but the Rays are going to charge. Well, we'll see.
Doesn't do extra damage on queens, no? They are not armed.
Correct. Queens don't take any bonus damage from anything, but I mean, still, charged Rays are...
Archons, no? And ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Biological bonus, I guess.
Yes. With all those queens, he should be fine. Oh my god, he might be able to land a fungal. There is, of course, the
no, he
mothership.
can't. He didn't get the pathogen glands, Kev. He doesn't have energy for fungal. He's going to have to wait. And this is bad news. Infested Terrans are going to end up going down, and that's not going to be enough. Snoot's in a lot. Oh god, this is too many Void Rays.
This is a lot of Void Rays. There are a lot of queens, but not all that many transfusions. These Phoenixes are being oh so useful right now, picking up a lot of these queens, and it's actually a pretty expensive loss for Snoot. He still has a lot of supply though, but in what?
We do have Zerglings continuing to counter around the map. There are Lings in the natural once more. They're going to run through all the way up into the main base.
Infested Terrans might be able to save the day. We still have a couple of additional queens coming in, but it's just not enough. There are so many Void Rays. This is just like the story of Alicia in this tournament so far. He sure as hell loves Void Rays.
Everything on the ground is going to die. There's just too many Rays, and they have they have excellent upgrades, +1 armor, +1 attack. They kill everything so fast. Snoot is doing a ton of damage with these Zergling counters.
But I'm afraid that eventually it's just not going to have enough anti-air.
The layer's going to fall, every drone's going to fall, the infestation pit, the spire, the roach warren, it's all in the same place. Kevin Snoot's going to lose all of his tech. I think game one is a foregone conclusion.
As you said, these Lings are dealing a lot of damage in the natural, but there are so many cannons in the turret base and in the main base as well that I don't think the Lings are ever going to be able to engage on that. Somehow, some way, Snoot is going to have to be able to gather up all his forces. Well, he only has one infestor remaining. He made just 3-4 additional infestors. This time they will have fungal growth if he only had fungal the first time. Huh?
I think also engaging with the infested Terrans, that didn't really do anything for him.
I think those Phoenixes which came to reinforce made that army so much stronger, because at first it was just the Void Rays, while these Void Rays are charging up once more, and the Zealots are just kind of ravaging everything as well, killing all the remaining drones. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, you can see Snoot trying to make something happen in the main base, but Alicia just has too many cannons over there.
Oh man, wow, Alicia looking convincing here in game number one. I've got to, I do have to question a few of the choices Snoot made. Going Muta against Triple Stargate is just never going to work.
Well, I think that switch was actually quite smart, because on that phase in the game, it was already looking a little rough for him. I think what really caught him off guard is that Alicia moved out to kill his fort. How often do you see a Protoss who is trying to go for a lot of Void Rays moving out to kill a fort base? But that's actually something the action Protoss plays do quite often.
Good fungal catches a lot of these Phoenixes, so I mean, Snoot's trying to stick around. Doesn't want to tap out yet.
There's 25 drones against 32 probes right now with these Void Rays. I just don't see a world where all these Void Rays are going to die.
Doesn't exist. Infestors melting immediately as they pop out of their eggs. And, well, Snoot did manage to take out the third base.
Yeah. But he doesn't have any mining bases anymore himself, and he's still going to have to eventually kill these Void Rays. It's 115 supply against 47. You know, Crank had this cute little push every now and then that he had like 3 Void Rays and a Mothership Core, which he used to snipe fort bases. Do you remember those games? I think on Whirlwind he played a couple of those games. And this was kind of, well, not really similar, as Alicia brought much more of his main army, but I really think that just caught Snoot completely off guard. I really didn't expect, don't think that he expected Alicia actually to really commit and move out with an army that big. And then of course you can ask yourself, how much of a commitment was it really, as he had a Mothership Core with him, but still, it was really smart.
Alicia will cancel this, or just straight up kill that attempt at Snoot's retaking the natural expansion, and if we just look around the map, we can see an overwhelming Protoss army, a very underwhelming Zerg army, 31 army supply to 83, and a little bit of an income for Alicia. So Snoot is going to tap out. GG gets called. Alicia taking game number 1.
And a really interesting and fun game, a game that we haven't really seen in all the other PvZs that we've seen so far in this tournament. This game kind of unfolded quite different, and I was surprised to see Snoot play the way he did.
I agree with you, man. I completely agree with you. Very interesting turn of events. Alicia looking strong. I do think Snoot can do better, and I'm confident that we're going to see him bounce back very decisively in game number 2. We're going to kick it into a short... Oh, no, we've got a little bit of an instant replay.
Here you go, Ben.
Void Ray Party going down in the natural expansion.
I mean, with those 10 queens, if he would have had Fungal Growth in that fight, I really think it's a completely different ball game. Like 10 queens makes such a magic or a massive difference. And of course, it's a lot harder for Phoenixes and Void Rays to even start being aggressive when you have to go up against 7-8 Infestors with Fungal, because then you can actually have to split up your units a little bit. You just have to be much more careful.
Absolutely. So Snoot looking perhaps a little bit shaken. I hope he does bounce back. We're going to take a short break. WCS Season 1 Finals America will continue after this.